In the ancient jungles of Indonesia lives a pig born with built-in bamboo torture devices in the form of its own teeth. Hello, and welcome to the Planet Zoo Experience, episode 104, and today we are talking about the Babirusa. The game specifies the North Sulawesi Babirusa, but there are two, maybe three more species we need to go over. The two we know for sure are the Buru, also known as the hairy or golden Babirusa of Sula Islands and Taliabu, and the Togian Babirusa of the island of the same name. The one that's debated is the Bola Batu on the southern point of Sulawesi. It is debated if this species is actually different from the northern, but it's also debated if it's even still fucking alive. But whether the same, different, or even alive, I guess, the animal goes by an interesting nickname, the deer pig. This is due to their long, slender legs more than any actual notable difference. When it comes to the evolution of the animal, we get into a bit of murky water, unfortunately. We do know that the oldest pig on record evolved roughly 20 to 35 million years ago throughout Eurasia and Africa, which, that alone, shows that they absolutely are much older than that. However, the Babirusa is actually the oldest living species of Suidae, diverging roughly 10 to 19 million years ago. Unfortunately, that's all the information we have, and we aren't quite sure how they evolved to have their deadly dentition. This is probably the best time to describe the aforementioned tusks. For those of you unaware, the Babirusa is famous for having inverted upper canines. So, instead of growing downward like you'd see in something like a dog, they will actually grow upward through the snout, and if they are not broken or damaged, they will eventually curve back toward the animal's head, stabbing into its skull and eventually shish kebabbing its brain. Now, unfortunately, this can take a very long time, long enough for a male to reproduce and pass this defect off onto their young. Culturally speaking, though, they had seen a long reign of influence, but a very basic one. The oldest form of culture we're aware of are actually cave paintings dating back to 33,000 BC. They also kept a cultural aspect as the local peoples adopted Hinduism. Many temples and pavilions have depictions of Babirusa drawn as something known as a Raksasa, an ugly race of malevolent beings in the Hindu faith. Less demons and think more of imps. These depictions had even found their way into many of the most notable pavilions of the time, like the Balinese Court of Justice and the floating pavilion of Klangkung. As time moved on and faiths changed, so did the treatment of the animal. In the days of Hinduism and the pre-modern faiths, the animal would often be hunted for food on any of the native islands. But as Islam started to take over, the negative connotation of swine followed. The Muslim faith believes that pigs are a filthy creature, not even worthy of being touched, let alone eaten. This may actually have had a hand at protecting the species. Now, I can't say for certain if religion had a hand in it or if it was just conservation love, but we do know that it is completely illegal to hunt Babirusa of any kind on any of the islands that they can be found on. Now, since I have run out of smooth transitions and the fact that I'm writing this somewhat hangover, and I had recorded this about 5 goddamn times, let's just jump into the last bit of information I have to tide this over, shall we? So, as with many animals, males tend to be a bit more isolated out of breeding season, and, again, like many other species, have larger tusks than females. Females, on their end, tend to stick with their young, numbering and herds up to 84 in total, and when the males fight for one of these beautiful Miss Piggies, they will fight like pretty much any other pig, charging at each other and attempting to strike with their tusks. However, this species is also known to occasionally stand upright and punch, for a lack of a better term, one another with their front hooves. Interestingly enough, this is another notch in the deer pig category because when antlerless, and sometimes when they aren't, many deer species will also fight like this. Must have something to do with those long legs. And to wrap this up interestingly enough, The Babirusa has a two-chambered stomach, much like cud-chewing animals such as cow, goats, horses, and unlike other Suidae. This had actually sparked many debates on theological scholars for the efficacy of eating their meat, but a common consensus is that a pig is a pig is a pig, no matter if it chews cud or not. And with all that said and done, thank you for watching. This was such a pain in the ass because I had to record this 5 times, like I said. We're going back, as you can see, to the old way of making the videos, solely because, A, it's quicker and easier for me to edit, along with the fact that, because I can knock them out a bit faster that way, I can get into the other things I would like to do, like my previous video that I released on my birthday. No one saw it, but that's okay. It's about birchwood. If you would like to take a look at it, feel free. It's only about 5 minutes. And that's more of the content I would like to get into. I am definitely finishing up the animals, of course, but that's where I plan to turn my ire to in the near future. So, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share, sub, and subscribe. If there's anything you would like to critique, anything you'd like to add, any way I could make these better, because I want this to actually be successful somewhat. So, feel free, leave them in the comments. And until next time, go outside, touch grass, hug your loved ones, drink water, and bye-bye.